Tap in. Tech disruptors. Tap in. New code in the hallway. New talk on the feed. Big idea, small screen. Watch them grow in the speed. From a sketch to a spark to a product in the wild. We break the old pattern and we smile like a child. Tell me what's next, tell me what's real. Hands on the wheel, mind on the build. Signal the future, bring the new. Signal the future, we cut right through. For the crowd.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. My name is Darren, and we're back. I had a little 1 week hiatus.
My name is Jason, by the way, too.
And sorry, this is Jason. I was gonna throw over you.
I'm just messing with you.
Cut me off. Okay, this guy's Jason, and we're back. I had a little hiatus last week on a family vacation, but we are back better than ever. And it has been pouring rain all day here in Ontario. Since I got back from vacation, it has done nothing but rain here in Ontario.
Really?
Yeah.
Yesterday it rained for like 20 minutes in the middle of the afternoon, and that was about all we had today.
Well, you know, it's funny what happened yesterday afternoon. We had this crazy like windstorm, rain, mini hurricane come through, and it actually ripped. I have like a canvas pergola, like it covers like a smoke, ripped the fucking canvas, like military grade canvas, and it fucking ripped one of the arms off. And I was like, oh, okay.
Time to get your tool belt out.
Yeah, I'm just going to rip that shit down. I hate that fucking thing. Anyway, we're back. Welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. If you're joining us for the very first time, we talk everything tech news, reviews, funny stories of the week. And just before we begin, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube really soon. So please, if you're not already subscribed, link you. I don't know how you found us here, but if you did, go on YouTube, type in the Tech Disruptors podcast, you'll find us, and hit that subscribe button so we can make it to 1,000 before, let's say October would be amazing. Now, Jason, how's your week been generally this past week?
Really busy. Like, I don't mean. So, as you guys may or may not know, I have my own YouTube channel, Tuna Tech. And I'm trying to get 2,000 by the end of the year. I'm at like 1,883 or something. Anyways, I've been, ever since we met in Ohio, like I'm not saying it's because of you, but brands have been reaching out. Nothing major like Samsung or Google, but I got this like little Python watch from Timex. I've got one, nothing. And it's a lot of work. And I know you get a lot of stuff. But I feel obligated to get this stuff done in a time frame like they ask. Yeah. And when I have kids and then, sports and then work, it's like really hard to get things done. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because I think it depends on what your poison is, right? So like YouTube is a lot of editing and filming and all of that kind of stuff. Yes. For me, it's because it's long form content. It's a lot of writing and research and stuff like that. So my trick is honestly to try to stay like 1 or 2 reviews ahead of the curve. So I try to have like 2 backed up, so that way I don't fall behind.
If you have publications, so you get a lot of review units prior to their release, so you have time to
sometimes.
Sometimes, and then when that embargo lifts, you can pump out your thing and get the most views. Yeah. For me, a lot of times I'm either purchasing them at a discount or purchasing them, and then by the time I get it, there's so many reviews for months that it's not worth the hassle anymore. Like the Pixel
That's why
series.
Jason does all of his reviews in the nude. So he gets it a little later, but he does it like shirtless.
And no one knows because you only see my hands.
You only see his hands. This is true.
Yeah, I used to do top down, but I've been branching out a little bit because these brands have been coming up to me. And
a lot of B-roll. I noticed a lot of B-roll in your
I've been adding B-roll. It's not very good yet. I'm working on it, but I have to. Sure. You gotta change a little bit, but it makes editing a lot more
interesting.
Consuming. And interesting. Yes. Yeah.
Now, it's funny that Jimmy just put in the comments here, we're just under 10 weeks to Halloween. And that's actually pretty funny because it brings me to my first story of today. So
Jimmy stepping in as co-host.
Jimmy stepping in. That was a good segue there, Jimmy. Thanks for that. I don't remember if we've covered this story on this podcast before. I don't think so because this came out on it was actually earlier in August, but I want to. I was thinking about Halloween this morning because I went to a store and they had all their Halloween stuff out, and I said to my wife, "They're fucking crazy. It's way too early for this shit." But anyway, I don't know if we covered this story on this podcast before, but I want to just bring this up again because I think this was very funny. If we haven't covered this, do you remember covering this story, Jason?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't remember if we did, but I remember seeing this recently, actually.
So a couple of weeks ago, a man thought it'd be very funny to dress up as the Grim Reaper and stand on a hospital roof staring at patients through the window. If you
What's
think
the
about
problem?
I don't see a problem with it either. It's very, very funny and maybe a little cruel.
But what if you had a family member that inside that hospital that was maybe suffering from an illness that could lead to fatality? Wouldn't you be a little upset?
I don't know. I mean, you have to give the guy credit.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty complicated joke. If you really
And
boil
how
it
did he get there?
down-
You can't tell me the hospital didn't send security up there to grab this
Well,
guy.
I'm going to assume he probably snuck up through like the
Of course.
service entrance
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
then got dressed up there, probably went in as a family member of a patient or something.
Yeah.
But could you imagine? Like, I want you to just picture this for a second. You're in hospital for a long stay, maybe not fatal, but maybe it could be. And you're just staring out your window because hospitals generally tend to be pretty boring. Could you imagine if you stared out the window and across from you saw the Grim Reaper on a balcony?
Jesus.
Like, honestly, what would you be thinking? Like, you'd be like, am I seeing shit? Like, what is happening here?
I mean, the Grim Reaper does mean death, right?
Well, this is true. Now, it's funny. He's a 26-year-old man. So, that, again, a pretty complicated joke for a 26-year-old man. But he was only fined 200 pounds,
That's it.
which is about $350. Like, nothing crazy. Was the joke worth it? I mean, he made it into the news.
Yeah, he got some publicity, I guess. I mean,
there's a funny part in this article here because what did it say here? He was also seen brandishing what appeared to be a long blade. So he wanted to totally sell the Grim Reaper thing by not
I'm
just
hoping
having...
it wasn't real. I'm hoping it was like plastic or something because that would be scary. And whatever.
So apparently 4 police cars and a fire service vehicle were seen at the hospital during the 50-minute long incident. So he was up there for a little while. He's terrorizing these poor patients. And of course, he pleaded guilty, right? So,
well, yeah. I mean,
the world we live in today.
Caught. You have to.
Yeah, well, that's it. What are you going to say? That wasn't me. That was the Grim Reaper.
Speaking of Halloween.
Yes.
My daughter, my 15-year-old, I let her watch the Blair Witch Project, the original one.
Oh, yes.
It has a lot of F-bombs, but she's 15 and a half. 15, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
It wasn't as good as I remembered it. I was actually kind of disappointed. Like,
that's a good tech question.
What?
For you. So think about it. So when you first watched that, that was pre-smartphones, pre-cell phone even.
Right. And what's interesting is it was the 90s.
Yep.
And I remember every 90s movie, like Independence Day, they were all the best movies ever. Then when I rewatched them, like, God, this was a really shitty movie. I think it's because you're a kid, you look at it through a different lens. But what's interesting is they reshot the Blair Witch in 2016. I didn't know this was on HBO Max. And I watched the first like couple minutes of it, and it's the same style as the original, but now they're using like
GoPros,
more up to date, like drones and stuff. So I was like, okay, I get it. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed. Like, I can't believe I actually liked that movie.
Did anything ever become of the lead actress? Because I mean, she was pretty phenomenal.
I think all the actors in that were amazing. I mean, that's the best part of it. But after about half an hour of them walking through the woods with those cameras, I got kind of fucking sick to my stomach because they're like jerking around. But back in the day, that's how we filmed.
Yeah, and I remember reading an article when that movie first came out that people were leaving the movie theater because of that reason, that they were starting to get motion sickness because of the jitteriness of the cameras.
Right.
I do think it holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts because it is a pre-technology film.
And it represents what you can do with a little bit of money. These low-budget movies.
Yeah. That's like a university film, right? Like it was made for like a high school film class or like a university film class.
Right.
Well, probably made a shit ton of money.
I'm going to start with the first article because I don't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
But this intrigued me, and I posted on X. But speaking of, the Grim Reaper, I guess.
Of course.
You have to have good health, right?
Definitely.
To live longer. Well, Google.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not sold on this yet. So if for those of you who don't know, Google, I don't have the actual photo that I circled, but on this, I don't know if I can even pull this up.
Yeah, you can pull. I think if you click on the post, it should bring you to.
Hold on.
I got larger image. Here we go.
Is that me? It's not really a larger image.
Jason turns his computer off accidentally.
Yeah. No, so it's not really later. I can't really get it anyways. But
no, that's fine.
If you look right here, so Google has the Pixel Watch 4 or 5 now, and the Pixel series was just announced. This is like a product feature picture. Like, hey, here's all our new products. But if you notice right here, if you can see my cursor.
Yeah, and the green
right
one
here,
on the right, yeah.
That is not a Pixel Watch. This is a Pixel Watch in the corner. So
and it's not a Fitbit either.
Well, Fitbit's gone now. It's Google Health.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of use the Fitbit name maybe still. So we talked to Sam
on
the Nomad Tech Project, and he loves these cheap trackers that just do what the basics are.
Yeah.
But what the hell is this?
Do
you think it's AI, or do you think it's actually a product that's coming?
No, I think it's a product that's coming. I would say that's going to be like a Fitbit Air Plus or something.
So you think it's between the Air and the Pixel Watch.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, so the Pixel Air is what, $100?
Yeah.
And then the Pixel Watch 4 is like $500.
This is going to be $299 or $250 or $249.
Yeah, but here's my problem with that. So the Pixel Watch 4 has offline music if you have YouTube Music or it's got Fitbit integrate or Google Health integration. It's got a lot of apps and Wear OS. Is this going to have Wear OS? Is it going to have YouTube offline music or Spotify? Because for $250, I'm not $150. Maybe I can deal without that. But is it going to have GPS? Is it going to?
Well, you know what's funny?
It's a lot of things.
I know we were talking about before we went on air about Noop, which is for those of you who own a Whoop device.
Cancel your subscription right now.
Yeah, cancel your subscription right now. Download the app. But basically, Noop is a bunch of developers who have created an app that allows you to access Whoop data even if you don't have a subscription. So it's kind of like a Whoop hack.
Can I ask you about that? Can Whoop close that loophole on their hardware?
No.
I just think you probably could.
Yeah, the sensor's always on, right? So it's still pulling data even if you don't have a subscription. It's just not logging the data in the app.
I really want to buy Whoop now just to try that software.
Now, here's the funny thing, and this is why I bring this up. So what that app does, and I've discovered this today, is it unlocks something that Whoop doesn't have. Ooh. And that's vibrations for notifications.
So there's a vibration motor in there.
There is. So
let me ask you this.
A vibration motor for the alarm. Only,
okay, so Whoop does utilize it, but only for alarms.
Yes. Now the Noop app allows you to activate call notifications, message notifications, and app notifications using a vibration pattern, which Whoop doesn't allow you to do.
So if you guys are listening and you have Whoop, or you're thinking about these new screenless trackers, Whoop is a screenless tracker, very popular, but it's like $300 a year if you pay for their service.
Yeah.
There's a new software out. So once your subscription ends, I don't know if you can just buy the Whoop hardware by itself. I think you have to buy a subscription with it.
You need the hardware.
But I know, but you can't just go to Whoop's website and buy just the hardware though, right?
So I don't know if you can see it. That's a GitHub page. I'll put the link in the description. On GitHub, if you just type in Noop, N-O-O-P, and go down.
We talked about it previously in one of our other shows.
Yeah, we have. Too. Yeah, but I just thought it was fascinating for me. Like I know, like we've got a mystery Google product here, but I think, for me, like if that's doing pretty much what I'm imagining that does, basic notifications, tracking.
Well, here's what I'll say though: I run, and I don't want a screenless device.
Yeah,
there's two reasons. I kind of watch my all time.
Yes.
It tells me in my ear when I'm running. I have to look at it, but I like to monitor it, like my heart rate and stuff every periodic when I'm running. I also like offline music. I can't run with no music, and none of these screenless ones do that. At least not yet.
Interesting. Yeah.
And if this has that and it's half the price and it's pretty decent, it might be worth it. But I can't imagine Google's going to throw everything in there that the Pixel Watch 5 has at a cheaper price.
I will say, since you posted this, there has been no response. There's been radio silence, if I remember right.
Well, I posted on X, hey, at me by Google, what is this? And then someone else said, hey, how about you at Fitbit support? Like someone added, and I'm like, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, there's been radio silence. So that may mean radio silence usually means you're onto something, right?
But why not release it at the Pixel event? Are they going to release it at the Google Book event?
Probably. I'm imagining that maybe that partners with the Chromebook.
The Google Book, not Chromebook.
The Google Book, yeah.
God, you can't call it a Chromebook. It's different.
Sorry, a Google Book. But maybe it pairs with the Google Book. Maybe it's, I don't know, allows
or maybe
you
they'll
to,
release that feature on this.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe you can log it on your Google Book. Who knows? Like, I mean, I think it's a cool idea. I think like a middle between the Pixel Watch and
the because $529 for the LTE. That's nothing. It's not going to have LTE probably if you don't really care about that. Which I don't care about having LTE as long as I can do download music or offload music offline.
But it is a lot of money for like the Pixel Watch 5. We'll come back to the Pixel Watch 5 a little later on.
This Ultra 2 is what, $700 new? I mean, all these are none of these. They're the
Remember
price.
When smartwatches were like $299, $199?
$700. You can buy a used phone for that price. My thing is, running with a phone in my pocket's a pain in the ass, or holding it in my hand. I don't like doing that.
So I remember when I first got my first Apple Watch, remember how they had like the Apple Watch, it was like an Apple Watch, and then they had like the Apple Watch, I don't know if it was like a Pro or whatever it was, but the more expensive ones had the sapphire screen.
The supposed sapphire screen.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm a dumbass. I knew I was going to clip that screen right across a fucking door frame or like something. So I found a secondhand one on like Facebook Marketplace. A guy was selling it for $250. And I bought it was the Apple Watch 3 with the sapphire screen, $250. Still to this day is my favorite Apple Watch ever released. It was beautiful.
So before I bought the Samsung Ultra 2, I thought about Garmin and what's the other brand? You test them.
Suunto?
Maybe Suunto.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Garmin has Garmin Pay.
Yes.
And then they can do offline YouTube music. But my bank isn't supported by Garmin Pay. It's like there's always something. That's the thing. We were talking about before we went on the phone. We were talking about phones, and I told Darren we had a conversation about this phone right here, the Z Fold 8. Darren's not really 100% sure what he wants to do with it. I said I like it, but I don't love it. And then Sam from Nomad Tech Project had mentioned that, well, Jason, you don't keep phones ever. And I told Darren, I'm probably never going to find the perfect phone.
No, yeah.
Because with Android, there's so many different manufacturers. But with iPhone, people are like, well, the iPhone's the perfect phone. No, it's not the perfect phone. You just don't have any other options. If you're an iPhone user, you get what they give you, and that's all you get. So I think in all reality, it's just one of those things with the watch, too. It's like the Apple Watch isn't perfect. I don't like a rectangle watch. I like a more of a square circle kind of thing. I don't want a rectangle watch. I just don't. But it is what it is.
Now, speaking of crazy things that have happened this week, Jason, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but in Beijing this week, they actually had the Robot Olympics.
I did hear about this, yeah.
So Robot Olympics, massive event where all the big brands showcase their robots that they've created. Now I'm going to start with a funny story, and then I'm going to talk about a company that we've talked about before that has absolutely gone up in value tremendously. So this is a 100-meter sprint with a robot. Of course, getting the fastest time is where it's what you're supposed to do. But the problem with this little story here is they didn't really work too hard on the stopping. So I want you to watch really closely.
So they're all about go, but no stop.
That's exactly right. All go and no stop.
But if you like sports cars and hot rods, you just want to go fast. You don't want to stop.
Well, let's see what happens when a robot goes too fast.
Jesus!
Wait for it. Right?
Oh! So for those of you guys who are listening, there was a robot. It's a robot running right now. He's super fast, very loud, and instead of stopping, they have a bunch of like pads up,
like gym mats.
Gym mats to run into, and it runs into it, bounces off, falls back, and sparks fly out the middle of it. So that's a couple $1 million, I'm sure.
So Robot Olympics.
Now, is this the one with Usain Bolt?
I don't know. I don't remember.
But, do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah, I remember.
Like the Unitree Superman robot?
Yes. So I'm going to talk about Unitree.
Was it done here? Was this done at this event?
No, I don't remember if it was done with this one, but this usually the Robot Olympics is a pretty big draw card, and a lot of people go to watch it. It doesn't look like that much there, but now the reason I bring up the Robot Olympics is because Unitree, the brand that we've talked about like on this podcast, I think probably about 15 times, who largely, I think, Jason, you and I could probably agree is the company that might be closest to like
mainstream.
Maybe,
yeah.
So
but here in the US, we'll never get them because they're going to be banned, of course.
Well, that's true, yeah. But after the Robot Olympics and during the Robot Olympics, their shares surged 600%. I'll say that again, 600%.
That's pretty small.
That's because of these are the same robots which we've had on the show before that were showing off their martial arts skills and their dancing skills and their jumping skills. But basically, Unitree is the world's biggest humanoid robot marker. And they entered the stock market and had a 600%. Like, in fact, 600%. Like, that's got to be a lot of money.
It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like NVIDIA. Like, we know when I was growing up, NVIDIA made graphics cards. And then they rolled into like streaming boxes. Like you talked about that. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, like one of the richest companies because they develop chips for AI and architecture for AI. It's crazy. And this Unitree they've been around for a while, but they've kind of cornered the market a little bit. Wouldn't you say?
Well, absolutely. I mean, and every video that we've had of like a Unitree robot, and I'll just pull up an example here because I know we've had these on the show before.
I don't know if I got the video, but that Unitree's Superman robot.
Oh, yes.
Claims to go 45.6 kilometers per hour. That's equals, I think that's about, I just pulled it up on my phone. That's about 28 to 29 miles per hour.
Yeah, I've got it right here. I'll share the screen here. This
Faster
was
than Usain Bolt. Oh,
I
just pulled it up.
Yeah,
too. That's funny. Okay.
This was at the Robot Olympics. This was a jumping contest.
Oh, this isn't Usain Bolt though.
No, but
yeah.
Like, damn.
For those of you guys who don't know, this part of this Olympics is these robots do the same things that humans do during the Olympics. And there was a robot called the Superman robot. I don't know if that's what it's actually called.
6 feet
right here.
Vertical jump.
He ran faster than Usain Bolt, which doesn't surprise anybody. It's a robot. It's not a human.
Yeah.
So
why are we giving robots the power to run faster than Usain Bolt?
Let me ask you this. There's a big, at least in the U.S., there's a big thing about transgenders in sports. You know, like men transitioning to women and going into women's sports. A lot of people say it's not fair. So what would you say about a robot entering the Olympics next year? Would that be fair?
Ooh, honestly, I'd love to see it. I really would.
I think they should do it not as a competition. Like, obviously, the robot's probably going to excel in a lot of things.
Exhibition.
Yeah, just for the shits of it. Like, you see the fastest runners in the world running next to a robot. Even if they lose, it doesn't matter. The robot's not in because it's not human. I think that'd be amazing.
I would love
Unitree,
to see that.
Listen to this. Contact the head of the Olympics and let's get it going.
Send us a robot. We'll have it with us in the studio. Like,
I will do a video of me racing down the street with it. I guarantee it.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
I probably fall on my face as I'm running.
But just so you know, with that rapid market growth, they've expected to grow $300 billion in the next 10 years.
I can't even fathom
that. Yeah. So Unitree Robot Olympics for this past week. And look, besides all the robots crashing and falling and dying, we've seen all those before. But one of the things that I will say is, if anything, check out on YouTube Robot Olympics and have a look at what those robots are capable of doing now. And it might actually shock you with just how amazing some of that stuff is.
Well,
crazy.
You said things about, going back to the initial thing about, death.
Yes.
And the Grim Reaper. What would you say if I said there's kind of like a death coming and it also involves Apple?
Oh,
you already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I already know where this is going, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, no company is perfect. You can put Apple on a pedestal, but they're just like every other business. They're going to have failures. So Apple is reportedly cutting hundreds of jobs from Siri and the Vision Pro teams. Now, before you say anything, Darren, I can already see why Siri is getting cut jobs. You just paid Google a ton of money to do all the work for you, so you don't need those jobs. Vision Pro, and again, I think the Vision Pro was a cool device. It was too late because VR has been cornered by Quest. It's more for gaming. Speaking of that, what happened to XR, Android XR? You don't hear anyone talking about
happened.
Samsung. Yeah, well,
It might
Samsung.
come out at some point.
I still want to try one if I can get one on discount. But either way, Apple's just cutting jobs. I mean, what that tells you is they made a miscalculation on the Vision Pro and VR. So they're working on glasses, we know. So is Samsung, so is everyone else. And they're not good at artificial intelligence. And I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to stand on this. And this might be a hot take. You can be mad at me all you want. Google is a software company first, hardware second.
Yeah.
Apple is hardware first. Their software has really gone downhill. It's more convoluted. They had a lot more misses, a lot more issues. And you can say, well, Android's got this and that. Well, Android's got so many different manufacturers. It's hard to kind of blame Android for that. But yeah, that's me. I think that Apple's a hardware first. Could you imagine that Apple hardware with Android software, like the Pixel software? It'd be amazing.
So here's the problem with two things here. So the Vision Pro, number one, and we've talked about this before, I think this was probably one of the least successful products that Apple's ever released.
Oh, yeah.
And probably one of the most inaccessible products that Apple's ever released.
That's why.
The high price.
I think that's why, because technologically it's probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
But when you spend $3,500, no developer is going to make anything for it if no one's going to buy it.
Exactly right. Now, the other part of this is we've got a massive iPhone release coming in a couple of weeks' time.
September 9?
9, yeah. So this iPhone Ultra, have they had the time and the resources to develop the software to make that foldable act like a foldable?
So going back to what I just said, not being do you think the software might be not half-baked, but not as good as it should be?
Listen, if it comes with fucking iPad OS, it's gone from the day one.
Why do you say that?
Because iPad OS is shit.
Well, iPad OS won't work good on when it's closed either.
Yes. And
I mean, even on this phone, Android kind of struggles with the certain apps and how it.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, if it's iPad OS, multitasking fucking sucks.
It's gotten better, but it's still not good. Right.
Have they figured out multi-window? Probably not. It's probably going to be half-baked. It's probably going to be only 2 windows side by side. It's probably not going to be multiple windows. I don't imagine.
Darren, but think about this. Kind of like the new, what's that light on the back of the Pixel 11s? People are pissed. It only does calls and something else. And Gemini. What my thing is, Google's going to say, hey, we're going to do a Pixel update, a Pixel drop, and we're going to add notifications. Maybe Apple's going to say, we're going to, like you said, it's going to have iPad OS, but we're going to slowly integrate more. It's hard to sell the consumer on potential software updates. We know that, especially for Apple.
Listen, there's a saying in the smartphone world, you never buy a phone on what's promised, only on what it does
you're
right. Buy it.
I will tell you this, though. Pixel has done very good with the Pixel drops. They're not guarantees, but it makes your phone feel a little bit fresher, a little bit newer.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Apple does a terrible job, but
And, I've got, we'll talk while we're here. Let's talk about the iPhone Ultra because there were some leaks this week of what the final renders may look like.
I think it's going to look a lot like the Z Fold 8, honestly. A little bit different.
With a bit curvier, maybe. Like, I'll put up these images here. Let me.
And Darren, you mentioned the corners on the Samsung hurting your hand. So maybe
a little bit.
Maybe you should sell it and buy the Ultra.
Well, you know what? I think I was using like a Pitaka case, like the things, and I think those edges aren't rounded enough on the case. But in the hand, when it's caseless, it feels okay. Like
I guess you're right because I got a cheap clear one I paid like $20 for.
Yeah, and
I love the case. It's rounded, but it's slippery as shit, and I almost drop it every time I pick it up.
Nilkin, I use this on my Z Fold 7.
I get colors on my phones to show them off.
Who likes colors? No one likes colors. Anyway,
just wait till the Pixel 11 Pro comes my way. It's going to be a very unique color. I'm going to spray paint that shit.
So this is what they're saying the final renders of the iPhone Ultra may look like. So right off the cuff, there's a couple of things that are
it looks like a Pixel device.
Okay, so it's a bit sus here. So it does look like an iPhone Air at the back. If you look at that clear camera bar.
This is someone made this themselves. There's no way.
No, I think this is based on renders. Like, I'm curious about the button placement. Now, I don't know if you can see in that bottom left
Thinborn, the case company, It's Carl. He usually releases like, they get
renders.
molds. They get the molds way ahead of time.
But he hasn't released it yet.
No,
and
maybe
he
Apple's
does it
been.
early,
I think Apple's been kind of breathing down these people's necks about this.
saying don't do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here is some renders of what they think it's going to look like. Now, basically, what we know, it looks like a 5.3 inch cover, 7.8 inch inner, which is exactly like the Z Fold.
That's what I'm saying. It's a Z Fold 8.
Yeah.
2 cameras,
aspect ratio, basically as thin as the Z Fold 8. They're saying it's going to have a titanium body. I'll reserve judgment
Whatever.
on that. I don't believe it's going to have a titanium body. I think it's going to be
and Zach Riggs everything will bend it backwards and say it's a piece of shit, just like every other phone.
A liquid metal hinge, which they stole straight from Terminator 2, which I appreciate.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Dual 48 megapixel cameras, a 24 megapixel under display selfie camera.
See, I think Samsung should went back to that too, because they used to have on some of the older folds. Because I will say, in some of the things you do on that camera does kind of stick out.
I'm going to be honest with you. An under display camera, I would no fucking way, Apple. No fucking way they're putting that under the screen.
Hey, you know what though? Look, Nubia's been doing it for a long time in the Red Magic series and their Nubia series, and it's always okay. What's interesting is the last Nubia I had was the 80, and you take a picture of it and you're like, oh God, it's terrible. But then it processes it and it came out really well.
Yeah,
they're gonna have a combination. They're gonna look. Samsung used to do it. I don't know many people who use the inside camera anyways. So I don't understand why it's a big deal. I think Samsung should have kept with the under, just to make the screen more flawless. I guess I don't know. Yeah, it's not a deal breaker. It kind of goes away after a while. But
I never noticed it, to be honest with you.
Do you know what else Apple's going to release? The Apple Air 2. It's going to have 2 cameras.
So I read that it's a staggered release this year. So they were going to release the Ultra and Pro phones first.
Okay.
Followed by the Air and the regular iPhone in the spring. That's what I read.
Which now, they should do. They should do. Like Apple, like Samsung does, like their slabs in January, February, and then in the fall they do their foldings. Google's the only one that only has like one event, unless they do Chromebooks or tablets or something. But yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Again, the rumors that it's not releasing worldwide and that it's going to be a US only release at first.
Well, let me ask you this: we talked about the
Vision Pro.
The Vision Pro, Jesus. And it was unobtainable to a lot of people. $3,500, didn't sell well. They made a second version, which was basically the same thing. They added a couple straps.
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying they're done. They're cutting it.
Yeah.
This is different because you can get carrier deals, at least in the US. Correct, so you can do a 4-year lease now, which I don't even know if a folding screen will last 4 years. But do you think this will be a failure if it's $2,500 plus? I know in Canada, well, if it's available in Canada, it'll be more than that. I know that.
If it's available in Canada and it's $2,500 US, that is the equivalent of like 3,400 Canadian.
Yeah, so as I'm saying, is it
going to outprice itself?
Is it? I mean, we're already everyone's bitching about the Pixel line being more expensive. It went up $100.
Yeah,
and Samsung went up. Every company is going to raise their prices. People don't realize that. It's not just Google and Samsung.
Apple would be crazy to release a phone that costs more than $3,000 in other markets. That because not even the Z Fold.
That's why maybe it's only going to be US only.
Yeah.
Think about it, because there's no VAT like in the UK, or there's no whatever. So you're right, but $2,500. I don't think I would even try it. I'm not going to go into my carrier and sign my life away for 3 to 4 years on one.
Do you want to know? No you want to know the honest to God truth? I don't think they're going to make this available on carriers. I think this is going to be an online only. I'm going to call that right here, right now.
They're not going to sell anything. People can't afford it.
Well, they will.
Oh, the Apple lease.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will, because they'll use that Apple lease. But I also think that allows them to control demand. Because they can update.
Well, let me tell people listening right now, if you want a good phone deal right now and you live in the US, I don't know anywhere else, Google Fi. You can go to Google Fi right now and they have unlimited for $35 a month. Okay. It's a little bit higher than a lot. You can get some for $25. $35 a month. They're going to give you a Pixel 11 Pro for free for 2 years. So you got to keep service for 2 years. And if you want to add, no, I didn't do it. I don't have Google Fi. But if you want to get I looked at them. If you want to get a Pixel Watch 5 and you want to add that, the LTE version,
Yeah.
They're going to give you the smartphone plan for free, or the smartwatch plan for free. So you have LTE connectivity, and they're going to add $10. So for $45 a month, you get unlimited everything, a Pixel 11 Pro, whatever color you want, for free, plus $10 a month for a watch. You can't beat that deal.
That's
and it's
pretty
only
good
for
deal.
2 years. Now, I get it. That locks you in. But Google Fi, I had them in the past. They're pretty good. But I can't imagine this $2,500 plus. It's going to be $100 a month
money.
or more.
So Jimmy just did the conversion. That would $2,500 US would be $3,446 Canadian.
And the exchange rates. I'm not. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Well,
current
and
exchange
then
rates,
remember here in Ontario we have like taxes on top. It's 13%. So
What?
3,446 plus 13% is close to what, $3,700.
You can't forget the 50% tariff rate too.
Well, there's that too.
I'm just messing with
Honestly,
you there.
Jason, a bit like the Vision Pro, I don't think Apple's learned here. And I think that only the diehard enthusiasts are going to be the ones who buy it and try it.
Apple users love Apple. They're never gonna sway. Like I saw some articles from like 9 to 5 Mac or whatever. Oh, the Z Fold 8 makes me want to switch to Samsung for the first time ever. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You're not going to switch. You're locked in with the MacBook.
You know what you're not going to get on Apple? You're not going to get any fucking deals through pre-order. That's what you're not going to get.
They don't have to though. But that's the thing. They don't have to. Yeah, that's what's so sad. Is like Samsung throws all this. You're right, and I get it. They do trade-in deals good because they know they can trade in. But I mean, if you're an Apple user, it doesn't matter what we're saying. You're gonna buy whatever Apple comes out with. So the Z Fold 8's a fantastic device. I don't love it. I like it a lot. It's a good device. I love the screens. If you're an Apple user, you're not gonna buy it. You're just not going to. And I'm telling you, with the integration with Windows, which most Apple people don't use Windows.
Yeah.
And the Watch Ultra and their tablet series, it's the same ecosystem.
Yeah. So like Samsung's come a long way. And I know that like everyone that's listening out there that is not a tech person is going to be going, oh, I would never buy a Samsung. But if you're trying to save some money, Apple is not the way to go. Yeah, especially on the trade-ins and all the stuff they do, like you're not going to save any money on Apple. They are going to give you a slap in the face with a $3,446 phone here in Canada and then charge you 13% tax on top.
Well, and Samsung has good trade-in deals. They always give you before I bought my watch, I bought mine third party.
Yeah.
But Samsung had it with it's hard to explain how I got it, but how I would have got it. It was $699 brand new for the Watch Ultra 2. Yeah. Right now, if you're a student, let's say you're a student, you get $100 off instantly. Yeah. Okay. And then they give you $100 or $120 credit to get extra chargers, bands, whatever. Yeah. For $500, I think it was like $525. I could have got the watch and the new Pro 4 earbuds. I mean, it's still a lot of money. Yeah. And I didn't have a trade-in. Like if you had a trade-in with an older Samsung watch, you could have saved another couple $100. Yeah. Crazy. So, I mean, it is what it is. Apple's always expensive, but whatever. We're actually at our last show of August, Jason. So now we can finally formulate our opinions about the Balance phone that we've been using for the past month. So for those of you who have been following us on our minimalist phone journey, Jason and I have both been using for the past month the Balance phone. Now, the Balance phone is this cute little, we'll call it S25 minimalist device that you see. They have a cheaper version too, I think. One of the Samsung A series, I believe. Yeah. So we've both been using it to digitally detox ourselves. So I love the idea of using a premium smartphone with minimalist OS. Mm-hmm. And I think the Balance phone does a really good job in making sure that you stick to your promise of not using certain like social media apps. And they lock it down. You can't. They lock it down good. There's no ways around it. Yeah. Is it worth the $1,100 Canadian? Absolutely not. Not for me anyway. $800 and some dollars US. No, because the phone itself is cheap. You're paying more for the licensure. OS, yeah. What I will say is, I think it's a great device, and I think Balance phone. If you really wanted to just go, I need something
hardware-wise that can disconnect me from the world, this is a great solution. But playing devil's advocate, I also think that you could probably get the same experience by downloading a minimalist launcher on your phone and simply hiding those social media apps so that you can't see them. Yeah. As a phone, it's great. S25 has always been a good phone, great cameras, great battery, stuff like that. But that's just my experience. It did help me detox a little bit. It made me care more about what, like Jason said, I think it was the week before last, about, taking photos and only sending them to the people that you care about and not worrying about what they look like.
Not doing it for the gram.
Yeah, not doing it for the gram.
Right.
So what about you, Jason? What was your experience over this past month?
So interesting. The last week I used it for 30 days. They give you two options. You can use on the screen, the simple menu, which I think if you have a kid who's never had a phone before and you want to give them a phone, this is the phone to give them. It's perfect because they don't know anything. But for me, I went back to the Samsung UI.
Yes.
Which you're allowed.
You can. Yep.
But the problem with going that way is then you feel like you're in a regular phone, but you're really not. So, so for me,
stick with the Balance OS is what I would say.
And I believe, check their website. I thought I read this. Maybe I'm wrong. I think you can buy a subscription just for the OS. So if you want to put it on a phone, if they have, I don't know how it works, but you can check that out too. But check either way. This, I think, is look, if you're an adult and you really, really, really want to detox, this is the best option because you're going to have the best cameras you're going to get on a minimalist phone, period.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. And like I said, the hardware is phenomenal because it is still a premium smartphone.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think Jason and I really enjoyed working with Balance. Thank you very much, Balance.
Yes, Balance. Thank you very much.
Team there for sending those out to us. And look, I'm going to continue to use mine for the next little bit and see how we go. But if
I'm going to continue to use mine, I'm going to put my secondary SIM in it just because the work I do, I need to have access to social media. It made it kind of complicated, so I do a secondary SIM I use. But I got an update. I think it will get even better as time goes on.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it does get updated regularly too, which I noticed that as soon as I opened the box, it got updated.
I'll be honest, I have a 1.5-year-old. He's got many years before he's going to have a phone. But I think this is something, my kids both got Android devices right off the rip when they got their first phones. I think this is something I want to try first.
Absolutely.
Time. Because it's they can have maps, they can have messages, they can have phone, they can have camera, but they can't have YouTube, Instagram, even if they try to go around it, they can't get around it because this is installed at like Samsung Knox is their security level. It's below that, so you can't.
Yeah, you can't sideload anything on this phone. It's pretty incredible, to be honest.
They do tell you there's a way to get out of it. You can email them to get out of the OS, but for $800, you can get an S25 for a couple $100. So, I mean. If you're buying this phone, you're buying it for the Balance OS.
There's lots of minimalist OSs out there that can replicate about 75 to 80% of this. But if you want something that will lock you down and not allow you to sideload,
but it'll treat you like a real phone. Like when you look at that phone, like if you keep it, you don't really know it's a Samsung device until you start going a little bit deeper.
Yes.
I mean, if you hand it to a kid, they're not going to know.
No, Anyway, so thank you very much, Balance, for entrusting us to test out your Balance Phone Pro. We appreciate you. And the review will come live on One Cut Reviews this Monday, so tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. if you want to check it out. Now, Jason, we need to talk about a developing story here.
Uh-oh.
So Meta's in a bit of trouble.
Are they never not in trouble?
No, but Meta's in trouble with their glasses. So I don't know if you've been following... Yes. So I don't know if you've been following the narrative behind Meta glasses, but right now they're getting banned in more and more places and more professions. And there's an article here on Tech Radar about how it might suffer the same fate of Google Glass.
Well, before you go any further, there's a reason for this. So the big thing is privacy.
Yes.
These, I don't have it turned on. I very rarely have them turned on anymore just because the job I'm in, I can't. But there's a light that comes on when you're taking a picture or when you're recording.
Yes.
People were covering it up with like a piece of plastic or tape. Well, they had some software changes where if they notice it's covered up, it won't record. Well, apparently these software updates are failing. Like they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
Ah, okay.
So that's what I've heard. So
right now, the public perception around Meta is that it says here it's starting to sour, and private businesses are banning them from events and premises. I mean, again, people are using these for ridiculous reasons to record movies, in the movie theater.
See, you know what I use mine for? Like, I did a review on a scooter.
Yeah.
So I turned them on when I was riding, so I was looking down at the
POV.
Yeah. I did videos of my family's events and with my kids, or with Google Glass was amazing because you could wink your eye and take a picture. It was amazing because you had to have it was hands free. Same thing with this. You say, "Hey Meta, take a picture." Taking pictures of my kids. Now my kids are getting older, so I don't throw them in the air and take pictures. But my young son, like, just be able to snap a shot with him not knowing I'm taking a picture. He knows when the camera's looking at him.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. But you're right. There's people out there doing porn. We talked about porn.
Yes.
Which, hey.
And listen, I'm all for eyewear that protects, females and males' eyes from, the world of porn, because obviously there are lots of hazards in the world of porn. But my point is that when you're recording things you shouldn't be recording, I think that's what's people to realize, right? So, I mean, people are using, people are using them for covert stuff, which is not what Meta intended them to be used for.
Exactly.
And so right now, in this past week alone, I think I've seen about 4 or 5 different articles talking about how this has been banned, that's been banned, this has been banned. And listen, this is what happened to Google Glass. People got grossed out.
Well, and Google Glass, if I remember correctly, I think it had a light. I can't remember. I don't think it had a light that was very
visible.
I actually bought a 3D printed thing that covered the lens up, like the camera itself. That way I could go into places because they had my prescription in it. Like these right now have my prescription. So if someone tells me I can't wear them,
you're fucked.
what am I supposed to do? They're turned off. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if they're linked to my phone anymore. I switch phones so often. I don't know if I have Meta AI installed.
I mean, for me, I liked listening. Like, I liked being at my son's baseball games and being able to watch a YouTube video in between innings and not have the audio blaring out loud, but just through the glasses. I know that sounds like a complete niche case, but that was awesome.
No, that's a perfectly good case. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if you own a pair of Meta glasses, I would say hang on to them for now. But right now, even Jimmy here said in the chat that it's been banned in some places in the UK, and it's being banned in a lot of places in the US and Canada.
I don't know any places that I go to where it's been banned. Now, I'm sure movie theaters would say something, but most people can't tell. Like, you look at these, they
just look like glasses. Yeah, glasses. I know because I recognize the shape, but
a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, Jason doesn't even wear glasses. This is what's crazy.
I know. These aren't even lenses. They're just it's like Drew Carey. Like
Drew
Carey. You hear about Drew Carey? Like he didn't actually use lenses. He just had them because it was like a look.
Yeah. But anyway, so Meta, I don't know, man. Meta's faced a little bit of backlash about a few things over the past month, just to name a few.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So Xiaomi, and I think some other Chinese phones, a lot of times would show ads like randomly in the OS, right? I mean, you ever seen that before?
Yes, I have.
And I think there's always a way to turn them off. What would you say if you found out that Google is now starting to show ads? How does that make you feel?
It doesn't surprise me. Like, let's be honest. A company like Google is trying to sell...
A software company first.
It's a software company. It's
they make their money on software
and
ads. Yes.
Exactly. They make their money on ads. Google AdSense is a thing. Like, of course they're putting ads.
But Apple is worth more than Google right now, or Android at least, and they don't sell ads yet.
I mean, you don't think that
if you look at this, there's a way to turn them off. So don't freak out. And I'll be honest, the last Pixel phone I had, I didn't notice any ads at all, honestly.
I noticed it more on Samsung.
I'll tell you one thing. I put my T-Mobile SIM in the Z Fold 8 unlocked version, and it automatically downloaded like the splash screen when you turn it on.
Yes. Yeah.
And T-Mobile installs like 15 effing games that I don't ever want to play. So I found out a way. There's certain apps you can disable and turn off, and I haven't had any problems. But the most normal people won't do that.
No, they'll just leave all the shit on there. Yeah. Again, I mean, I noticed it on Samsung. I've noticed it on Xiaomi phones. Never had an issue with Vivo. Oppo haven't had an issue with.
No, Xiaomi didn't. I think maybe bring them in the U.S. I didn't really see any ads, but maybe that's because I'm in the U.S. There's no ads to generate.
Yeah, to share, yeah.
I think
Now,
if you're outside, but
speaking of ads, that's actually a really good segue because I wanted to talk to you about something that might potentially upheave the biggest streaming platform in the world,
which is
so
YouTube.
YouTube. So us in the West here, we probably don't know. Yes, us here in North America, I should say, probably don't know about this. But in China, you can't access YouTube.
Nope.
They have their own streaming service.
I'm sure they have workarounds. You know,
they
they have workarounds.
But China's biggest video platform, Bilibili, is going global.
Bilibili?
Now, this is, just so you know, and I want to give you some numbers here, okay? Just to kind of give you a comparison, right? So, Jason, how many daily users are on Bilibili, do you think?
A couple billion.
Okay, maybe not that many.
Well, China's big.
Yeah. So,
okay, let's say
daily active users. Okay, let's say per month. Per month. We'll go per month.
How many active users per month?
Yeah.
I don't know. 200 million.
So 376 million active users per month.
What about YouTube?
So let's take a guess. YouTube users per month?
I'm sure it's higher than that.
Go for it.
Because Bilibili is China only right now.
Yes.
I don't know. 1 billion. I don't know. I'm probably too high.
So closer to 2.7 billion to 2.8 billion. Now,
YouTube
here is
a
what
juggernaut.
It is. Now, here is where it gets interesting. So Bilibili has always featured Chinese content. And right now, the flavor of the month around the world is a lot of like Korean like pop stars, music, films, international films, etc. Now, the one platform that streams the most of that kind of content is Bilibili. Now, yes, there are some things on YouTube, and yes, I'm sure you can find them by Googling them, and you've probably done this if you're a big like manga fan.
I've heard of Bilibili, but I don't. So when are they expected to go global?
So they're expected to launch, if I remember right, I think it's this month.
So it's like Twitch, right?
So basically, it's this month, I believe they're coming out. But I think this is going to take a little hit on YouTube's monthly.
I don't know. Thing. Not right away. I think it's
maybe not right away. No,
Twitch didn't do much for YouTube, and Twitch was supposed to be the game changer. It didn't really do much. TikTok
you gotta remember,
didn't really do much.
How many people live in China?
You're right.
And how much Chinese content people watch.
But if China would allow YouTube,
yeah, well, that's exactly right. It's the other way around.
Yeah, they won't.
So here's the thing: they're not going to let that happen. But maybe, just maybe, if you are a fan of Chinese content. Maybe you will find a better experience through Bilibili.
I do know that Mr. Beast streams on Bilibili.
There you go. And coming soon,
I was just going to say, you know what? If we could upgrade this restream, I think we should get rid of Twitch and just go Bilibili all the way.
Imagine how Bilibili Tech Disruptors.
Think about it. We jump in there early.
Yeah.
Ooh. Bilibili. China would be like, who's these tech guys?
We're gonna tag Bilibili on this week's show, and Bilibili, the execs at Bilibili. If you're listening to us and you want to help us live stream our podcast on Bilibili, we will happily do that. Hell, I'll even let you subtitle us so that you can have it in a traditional Chinese underneath, so that we
Mandarin, whatever language is needed.
Whatever language you want, that'll be amazing. But yeah, so Bilibili is coming to a global market near you.
How many streaming things are there?
Oh, there's tons.
This is another thing I was telling you about. So I have a YouTube channel. We have this Tech Disruptors. We do Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. My channel. It's hard to get on TikTok, but I do Instagram, X, and YouTube. But we don't do Twitch anymore, or at least not right now. Maybe later.
Twitch wasn't really paying off for us all that much.
It wasn't, but it's just so much.
It's still, you could stream one everywhere and still move no mountain. That's why 1,000 subscribers, like and subscribe. Anyway,
please do. That'd be amazing.
So can we jump back over to the Pixel for a second, because I know you mentioned highlight, and I want to talk about something that I think Android suffers from a lot.
What makes me mad about the highlight though? Yeah. Do you remember the previews before it came out? It was supposed to be like a light bar underneath.
Yes, around
that would have been so much more fucking cool.
Well, I want to highlight an issue that seems to be a problem with Android, and that's app developers. So I think you and I can both agree that when it comes to iPhone, app developers would much rather focus their attention on developing an Apple iOS
They'll make more money
app.
off that. Yes.
They'll make more money off that than they will an Android app. But when smart people get together and they develop and figure shit out, we can turn a useless Pixel 11 Pro feature into something that's actually usable. So right now on the Pixel 11 Pro series, they have a highlight, which basically is a flashing light on the back of your phone that highlights you.
Flashes different rainbow colors when you're interacting
Gemini,
with Gemini.
Or I think phone and messages. I think
not messages, not even just phone calls. So who the hell makes phone calls anymore?
Now,
anyways.
A smart guy or girl out there has gone, this is fucked. Why have they kept this behind the walled garden? Why haven't they unlocked all apps to be used on this?
This is the power of Android.
And the power of Android is here. So Highlight Studio is the name of the app. If you have a new Pixel device, download this app immediately. And it allows you to customize any app with
notifications and
everything.
Wow.
So here is the post that was on.
So hold on, before you go any further.
Yeah.
Samsung, I think Nexus phones, and even some Android used to have an LED light that would blink. And there were so many there was even after that went away, there were even companies that would there was a phone that had an LED light that even wasn't that they put in there but never activated, and people activated it with an app.
Yeah.
But look at this. Go ahead.
But I mean, it's a very polished app for something that was put together in a couple of weeks.
It looks like Google almost made that.
Yeah, like they're basically giving you the opportunity to set presets, timing, and if you look on the first page here, you can have a rainbow effect, a comet, a pulse.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, so if you have Facebook, blue. Hey, I got a Facebook, Instagram. Whatever
like
color,
orange or whatever. Yeah,
orange, X, black. Well, not black.
Yeah,
like white.
Black. Yeah, it just goes completely light off.
I guess nothing's there. But that's what it should have been to begin with. And
exactly.
Here's what sucks. This company, are they charging for the app or is it free?
I actually don't know. I think it's free now.
They should charge 99 cents for this shit.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm not saying be greedy because I don't like to be like that, but make the money off this before Google does it. What's the new
on
Rambler?
APK, on
like Rambler.
APK Mirror, you can download it for free. APK Mirror has it.
What?
It's there. It has the Highlight Studio app.
It's not in Google Play?
Not yet.
I see. Okay. So you have to sideload it, which for now, Android's still allowing that to happen, but that may not happen much longer. But like Rambler is an awesome feature where it dictates really quick. But there's apps that already do it. So Google just pretty much shut down every app that does that.
Yeah.
But in that meantime, this company, if they get approved on Google, they need to charge $1. I'd pay $2 for it, wouldn't you?
That would be worth
even $2.
Everything. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
if you're an Android user, you probably have gold coins and points to pay for it anyways. It's not going to cost you anything.
Right now, I'll share this tab. If you go on the website APK Mirror and you type in Highlight Studio, you'll be able to find the download link in here, and it has all the different versions and everything.
Be careful. Don't just go to Google and type in Highlight Studio and go to some third party because you may get some malware. So just be careful.
Yes. But so and this is what I'm bringing. The reason I bring this up is this is the problem with Android. If smart people, like the guy who created Highlight Studio, actually took the time to develop apps that worked for Android and worked well, the Apple juggernaut might come to a slight pause, right? Because we would have the same.
Why is that a problem with Android? I mean, that's a good thing. Like people out there are saying, look, we see a problem. We're going to fix it. That's what I'm saying.
But they're not doing that for Android, right? Not as much as they're doing it for, say, an iPhone.
Yeah, but the problem with Apple is they don't allow side loading.
That's my point. Yeah. It has to be a legitimate app, right?
So for Google, you don't have to, for right now, you can have these, and if you know what you're doing, you can have these people doing it for you.
Yeah. So, and this is the thing, right? So, I know we always go back and forth about Apple and Android, and
we both use them. And I guarantee it. Yeah. This cycle, I will probably own an iPhone. Maybe not the Ultra because it's going to be too expensive. But I like to have my foot in both camps, so I know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? So, I mean, when smart people get together on the Android space, we get some pretty cool shit. And, if you haven't had a look on YouTube for, the best apps on Android, which I think they do like every 3 months, different creators.
It's cool.
Check them out because there's stuff you don't know about.
There's some cool games I found out through that and all kinds of stuff that's like
100%
interesting. But, when smart people come together in tech, you get the tech disruptors.
That's exactly right.
I mean,
and that actually brings us to the end of our show. That was a great segue, Jason. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Anyway, we at the end of today's show.
Wait, big bucks. Where's my check?
I know. So, sorry, it's in the mail. It's in the mail. But we're at the end of today's show. The
tariff must be taking that whole check.
The tariffs took the whole thing. Sorry, man. 6 p.m. Next Sunday evening, we will be back with another show. But in the meantime, check us out on Apple Music, Good Pods, Spotify, YouTube Music, anywhere you find amazing podcasts.
Check our description, and we have the website, all our podcasts.
One Cut Reviews, 2&A Tech, everything you need. But most importantly, and this is the most important thing, tell all your friends to like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of October. Now, if we can do that, Jason is going to get a tattoo of the Tech Disruptors.
If we do what?
If we get to 1,000 subscribers.
If we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will get a Tech Disruptors tattoo.
How about we both get TD, like it's tattooed on our wrist or something, like Tech Disruptors?
I was going to get the whole microphone and everything.
The microphone. The logo would be cool.
Just the logo.
Just the logo, yeah.
That way, if we fail and go away.
Yeah, I know. It's just going to look like
you
a
like
cool
microphones.
But yes,
either
anyway,
way, we will get a tattoo, which will be agreed upon later. But we have to hit 1,000. We're close.
Maybe we should put out a design vote. We'll put out some votes on our YouTube channel there in the comments. Like, which one do you want to see tattooed on Jason?
Well, let's see if we can get to 1,000.
Yes. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. We will be back next week. And as we always do now on our Tech Disruptors podcast, we're going to leave you with a little bit of an outro. So we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Tap in.
Tech Disruptors.
Tap in. Tech Disruptors. New code in the hallway. New talk on the feed. Big ideas, small screen. Watch them grow in the speed. From a sketch to a spark, to a product in the wild. We break the old pattern, then we smile like a child. Tell me what's next, tell me what's real. Hands on the wheel, mind on the build. Signal the future, bring the new. Signal the future.